Hi pretty people, welcome back to my channel. My name's Anna and I like to talk about books. In my last video I reorganized my bookshelves and some of the books caught my eye because they have been on my shelves for way too long without being read. So I have picked 5 books from my physical TBR that I've owned for a very long time but still haven't gotten around to, and today I want to talk to you about them. So the first book I want to talk to you about is It Won't Be Easy, with the undertitle of An Exceedingly Honest and Slightly Unprofessional Love Letter to Teaching. If you've seen my first few videos, you know I once started a teaching degree that I by now have dropped out of, but from that time I still have this book on my physical TBR. It's a rather short book written by a teacher with years of experience in the profession, and it's just about all of the struggles that you may encounter and all of the chaos that teaching is, but also, well, it says a love letter, right? So also the reason why every bit of it is really worth it and why this profession is something you need passion to do. And the thing is, this is on my TBR still, because I do have a passion for teaching. I have just come to realize that maybe it's a profession that's not for me, at least not for my nearer future, for the next few years or even next 2 decades, I don't know. I've concentrated my efforts elsewhere by now and I'm feeling confident enough that this is the right thing for me, but still I'm kind of sad about moving away from teaching, and so I've avoided this because I feel like it might rekindle my passion for why I first wanted to become a teacher, and that passion is still in me. I just feel like it's not the right future for me, at least not at the moment, and so I've, like I said, focused my efforts elsewhere. But yeah, I still do want to get to this sometime, so hopefully rather soon. The second book on this list is called Times of Departure. It's actually a German book, but I don't think there's an English translation of this. This is a sequel to this one, which is called Daughters of a New Era or Daughters of a New Time. And in this first book we meet 4 young women. They all live in Hamburg, which is a German city. It starts, and this book starts in 1919, so just after the First World War, and we follow the girls like growing up and choosing their paths in life, and then the national regime in Germany takes over and we see how they cope or deal with the political changes, and this group of people that live in the same city actually come from different social classes, let's say that, and they're not really destined to meet, but they do in the course of the book and become really good friends. And one of these friends is chased out of the country because of political reasons, because she does not agree with the national regime and she voices her opinions, and obviously in 1935 you were not supposed to voice an opinion that wasn't aligned with what the German government at the time thought. So yeah, this is the sequel to this book. And the thing is, I think I've put this off so many years actually by now. It's been a few years because I don't really remember everything that happened in the first book. And as you can see, they're not exactly thin. They're around 600 pages. And I do want to keep reading the series. I think there's actually a 3rd book by now too, but I always struggle with continuing a series when I don't remember what happened before. I don't exactly remember, so maybe I'll just need to read a summary of that first book to actually get into the second and see what happens with this group of friends and how they got out of the war, because this actually takes place after the Second World War. So yeah. And the 3rd book that I want to talk to you about today is actually Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I do really like Leigh Bardugo's Grisha universe, and so I thought maybe let's try something else by her, because the thing is, the start of the Grisha universe the writing had to still develop, and towards the end of that 7-book series I really enjoyed her writing. And then I heard about Ninth House, and Ninth House is actually about secret societies in Yale, which that is absolutely my cup of tea. If you've seen a few of my videos before, you know I love The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which is also dark and moody and academics, so this is, I think, totally my cup of tea. So what's this about? This is about our main character, Alex Stern. She has lived through some disaster, and she's a survivor of She's like a sole survivor of a horrific and unsolved crime, and her purpose at Yale is to kind of overview the secret societies, and then a girl on campus gets murdered. There's a dead girl on campus, and the secret societies are somehow involved, and so this is a murder mystery, but it has a few, well, it obviously has academic touches, but it also has a few magic touches, because it's said that the secret societies kind of temper with necromancy, and necromancy, if you don't know, is like the art of bringing dead people back to life. And I think that's extremely fascinating, and I just love this like dark and moody touch to academic, or dark academia, if you want to put it that way. So I really don't know why I haven't gotten around to this, because I'm really excited to do that. Hopefully I will love it as much as I think I might. The 4th book that has been on my shelf for forever actually comes with 3 other books. If I show you, you know what I mean. Please don't hate me for it. I really want to get to it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. The 4th book is The Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings is a trilogy that is more than famous, and especially as a fantasy lover, which I would call myself, it's a shame that I still haven't read those books, and I also still haven't read The Hobbit. So that's 3 books for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit that are still on my TBR and that are on my physical TBR, but that I still have not touched on. So please tell me in the comments to start reading Lord of the Rings so I can finally check that off my list. But yeah, I don't think I have to say too much about this, because most people know what the plot of the Lord of the Rings is, at least if you're hanging around on BookTube. This is about a hobbit going on a big adventure that is maybe even a little bit too big for him, and finding a lot of friends along the way, and about a ring that can make you invisible but also brings a lot of responsibility and power with it. And the power and the responsibility, they are not easy to handle, but this little hobbit takes it all on himself to, well, go on the journey and to protect the ring on the way to destroy it. So yeah, I don't think I have to go too much into detail with this. It's still on my TBR, it's still on my physical TBR. I hope to get around to it soon. And the last book for today's video would be The Circle. This is also very well-known dystopian novel. This is a rather famous dystopian novel, and it is about a tech company that basically offers all of your internet activities in one safe space. Safe and visible place is what the text on the back says. And it's about our main character, May Holland, and she lands a job at this company. The company is called The Circle, like the title. And The Circle is this huge tech company that is very influential in the setting of this book. When May starts working at this company, she notices more and more that behind this glorious tech company front is a bit of a sinister truth and a bit of an ideology. And the longer she works there, the more she starts to come, well, her ambitions start to come aligned with this ideology of the tech company, and we follow her, watching as she makes decisions that may or may not be too good for her. So yeah, that is The Circle. And what bothers me that I still haven't read this one is that Emma Watson, one of my absolute favorite actresses, plays our main character in the movie adaptation. But I have this thing with movie adaptations that if I do want to read the book, I don't watch the movie until I've read the book. So it really bothers me that I haven't read this yet, and I can't even tell you why I haven't. Like with all of these books, I do want to read them. I do have them at home. I still haven't read them yet, which, you know, it's a paradox, and I know, but yeah. But this bothers me quite a lot about this book. I really need to get to this sooner than later, because I really want to watch that movie with Emma Watson that also came out ages ago. So I need to read this book so that I can finally watch the movie adaptation. Let me know in the comments what books are on your physical TBR that have been there forever and you really want to read them, but you, for whatever reason, still haven't. Let me know the titles. Also, tell me to read those books if my next TBR video doesn't include them. And that's already it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.